I thought that was it. I thought I was gonna die.
It's you and
What's up, guys? It's your boy Big O, here to drop another video again. Listen, I'm so excited for this one. Someone actually hit me up and said, Big O, I got something I need to tell the people because it may help them in their travels. Those who are getting ready to go across seas, it may even save their life. I really need to get this message out because if they don't know, I can't help them or they can't help themselves. So, I said, you know what? It's for the people. Let's do it. So my boy, Tony Mogul, we're hitting the interview. We're going to head over there right now. Hey guys, and we're here with Tony, and let's get the introduction in. Who are you? Tell the people who you are.
So my name is Tony Mogul. I'm from the Bay Area, born and raised. Recently out of college, about a year out. I graduated from Cal State University East Bay.
Hey, go Pioneers.
Yes, sir. And yeah, this is my story.
Okay, so give us a broad overview of what happened. From, I guess you took the trip in 2017, July to August.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were taking a trip to Bali, my girlfriend and my sister and I.
Okay.
And it was, somewhat like a graduation gift. So we were planning on going out there for 2 weeks. And like you might know, when you're going on a trip to another country, you're supposed to get preventatives, shots, things like that. So we're getting ready. I go see my doctor. He gives me some pills, and I take them.
No warning. He just says, "Here, take these."
No warning. He didn't really tell me anything much about it. He just gave them to me, and that was that. So we take a pill a week before we get out there, and then you take it once a week for the rest of the time that you're out there.
We're heading to Bali, Indonesia.
Yep.
Here's the pills so you don't get sick. What happened?
So, like I said, the first time we took it was a week before we went to Bali. And then the second time would have been out there. So the day that we actually set out to go to Bali, I was feeling really bad. Had a huge headache, something like a fever. I probably shouldn't have been taking a flight. But I mean, of course, we weren't going to miss the flight. So we go on out there, and it's an 18-hour flight. We get out to Bali, and then, I'm feeling really bad, but I'm thinking it could be a mixture of things. The flight, the different time zones, just everything together. So we take a nap, and, I wake up from the nap, and I feel somewhat better. Yeah. Cool. I'm not feeling too crappy anymore.
So what was the name of this preventative?
So the actual name of it is called Mefloquine. There's also a generic name for it. It's called Malarial.
Okay.
We were taking you're prescribed to take one per week.
So you get there. What's the effects of this? So the doctor didn't warn you anything. What started happening to you to say, hey, something's up?
So the day that we had left, like I said, I was feeling really bad, but again, I thought it was a trip, just nervousness. But 2 days after we had gotten there, that's when at night I had the first hallucination. We're all sleeping. I had woken up in the middle of the night, and then I come back to bed, and I thought I saw this huge black bug just run across me and running on the bed. Yeah, and being from the Bay.
At the hotel?
At that night we were staying at a hostel, so it wasn't.
So this was a bug-friendly place, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, they was checking in. All right. Okay.
So I'm seeing this, and I'm thinking, I wake everybody up. Instantly, I start screaming like, yo, everybody get up. And we get up and we check around and everything, but nothing was there. So they were like, everybody's getting on me about, waking them up.
First of all, you are a goddamn hero if you wake me. I'm a city boy. We don't do bugs. So if you wake me up talking, yo, there's a bug, I'm like, yo. I may be mad for like 30 seconds because I get the good sleep with the drool, but I'm happy that you woke me up because I don't want to be that dude with the bug on his face in the morning. Just,
Exactly.
Exactly. So okay, how long was you guys out there?
So we were out there for approximately 2 weeks.
So this is the third day or fourth day?
Yeah.
And was there any more?
Yeah, so as we were out there, again, that happened the second or third night. But then as we were out there, I started noticing that I was having these feelings like anxiety, like just paranoia. You know, we would go to the supermarkets out there and I would start to feel just real weird, like not trusting people and just things that I didn't really feel before. But at the same time, I realized, you know, we're in another country. Maybe it's just normal.
Right. So what I attained this to is to be like the crazy person in the movie that got infected or something. And I'm not saying that to downplay him, because these things really happen. And when you're hallucinating and when you're feeling a certain way, you don't want to feel like you're the crazy person on the trip. So then you don't talk and you hold it in. And we all see what happens in those movies. We do.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
But that's not where it ended.
No, not at all.
Because when you came back, you was not the same Tony.
No.
You had lost 15 to 20 pounds like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was happening? But like when you got back, how long did this last? What happened when you got back?
So for the rest of that trip, the paranoia, the anxiety, it got progressively worse. My girlfriend and my sister, they started noticing, they started asking questions like, you know, are you okay? What's going on? Is there something you need to tell us? Things like that. And I didn't know what to say, you know, because I didn't know what was going on. So the 2 weeks ends, we get back. The day we were back, everything was all right. You know, we took our naps. I'd say the next day, the second day we were back, that's when everything just hit the fan. I had this really bad attack. I was having like a fever. I was having numbness going down my leg.
Mm-hmm.
And I had what someone might call like a psychosis event almost, where I went to go see my doctor and I just really started tripping. I didn't know. I started feeling like I couldn't tell the difference between what was real and what was not. And that's something I had never experienced in my life. So from there, after going to see my regular doctor, I ended up going to the ER. They took all sorts of tests. They took malaria tests. They took a typhoid test. They took just other tests for exotic diseases that they thought I might have had. And they were all coming up negative. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. They wanted to give me what do you call it? Shots? A spinal.
Oh,
yeah, they wanted to give me.
No.
It got to that point.
I'll take my no answers.
And I just really didn't. I was scared. I didn't know what I was gonna do. My body just felt really weak. It's crazy to explain.
So what was it, like a 6 or 7, 8 month? Because for me, it felt like the Tony I knew didn't come back for about a year. And what that looks like for me from outside looking in, and now knowing that there was a mental thing going on and a physical.
Yeah, there was definitely, so there was two parts to it. It was the physical side, and then it was the psychological side. It got really weird because I didn't know what was going on. I knew there was something physically wrong with my body. It was some sort of like nerve damage where I'm feeling these numbness, these like electrical stabbings, and then I'm also just feeling really weak, as if, you know, I had became an old man. I couldn't like pick up heavy things. I wasn't going to the gym anymore. So there was that physical portion and then I started seeing a chiropractor, and that started helping, but that took months to get back into shape. As far as the psychological portion, that portion lasted even longer. I'd have to say a good 6 months or so before I started feeling like me again. And like, I know you knew, you saw it, you understood that something was different about me, but I couldn't really, it was hard because I was dealing with all this, and at the same time I was thinking, my thoughts are, I'm gonna die, something's wrong with me, nobody knows what's happening.
And this is just my life now.
This is my life now, and
yeah.
I'm dealing with it.
So how did you find out what it was? How did you find out that it was this preventative
So that's the crazy part is that, so at this point, this is the 3-month mark now. And at this point, I had seen all sorts of doctors, taken all sorts of tests, and again, they didn't find anything. So I was on campus at East Bay, and I wanted to talk to a doctor just to get another opinion. And really, I wanted to talk to someone, to like a counselor, get, just someone to talk to about it. So I go in there, and then I start talking to the doctor. I tell him everything from A to Z, and he got right to it. He was like, "Did you take Mefloquine?" And I was like, "I took something, but I'm not sure what it was called. I'd have to double check." And he was like, he had no doubt in his mind that that's what it was, based on everything that I had got done telling him.
Okay, and then was that it? I mean, I know still getting a little bit answered, but I mean, feeling alone in these situations is very troublesome to the mind and to the body.
For sure. When you have nobody to explain and really understand you, and that's where it got even more crazy. So after I got done talking to the doctor, maybe like 2 or 3 days later, I'm on campus, there's an event going on, and then I meet this guy at one of the things, and we start talking about, graduating school, things like that coming up. And I start telling him about this trip that I took and everything that was going on. And as he's sitting there looking at me, he's like, "Dude, you're never gonna believe this. My boy, who had just gotten done taking a trip to somewhere in South America. It wasn't Bali, but his boy had just got done telling him the same things that I just told him, same exact symptoms that I was talking about, everything." And I was like, "No way! I've got to meet this guy. I've got to like."
You found somebody who went through the exact same. You didn't feel alone anymore. You felt like, now I got somebody to talk to, because now instead of looking at the barrel of death after graduating from a trip to an exotic disease to not having any answers, there's somebody out there that is that little beacon that I can get to.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, and we ended up meeting up. I told him my story. He told me his, and at that point we had no doubt that was the cause. That the medicine was the cause of all these symptoms, all these weird things going on, and it did. I felt bad that other people were going through it, but at the same time, I felt a sense of relief. Knowing that, okay, I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure, it was the medicine, and someone else is going through it. I'm not alone.
Right. Well, I want to thank you for your story. Your story is incredibly powerful, man. You are helping people who are going to go to Bali, and you're going to prevent them from taking this medicine. But what do you, at the end of this, what do you want to tell the people? What do you want to leave the people with?
I mean, that's exactly what I want to do. Just like you always say, we are better together. And I want to leave the people, I want to bring awareness to this medicine. I want to let people know out there, if they're going on any trips, please do not take this medicine. I don't want anyone else to go through what I had to go through.
And where can they reach you on the social webs?
On
the East streets.
You guys can reach me on social media, on Instagram, Facebook.
Okay, and we'll have that linked in the title section below. Well, Tony, thank you, man.
Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Big O! It's showtime!
So I'm your boy Big O.
I'm your boy Tony Bogle.
And if you want to go somewhere fast, you go alone. But if you want to go somewhere far, you go together. We'll see you on the other side.
We on fire! Step up in the party high.